Okay, episode 9. What is up, guys? This is the Experience Podcast. I have the same people that I had on last time. I have not uploaded part 2. I'm upset at myself because that's the most important.
You're talking different now. A couple minutes ago,
What?
now you're white, bro. What the fuck happened?
Hear that shit?
You know,
It's all gangster like a few minutes ago. Like, man. Now all of a sudden he's like, hello. My name's Brian Gumble.
get the fuck out, guys. Podcast over. No, I do act different off camera. Not that I'm a different person.
I'm fucking with you.
Aaron just pisses me the fuck off, but
Well, you know what? We got to turn the camera off again and do this?
yeah, you know, pull
posing
that mic,
practice?
pull that dick closer to your face.
Oh, the one that you're talking into as well, huh?
Shut the fuck up. I hate you.
You want to share it?
You're dumb. But for real, pull it closer.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What do you want me to do about my voice, man?
What
do I do?
KK, you know.
Talladega Nights. What do I do with my hands?
We're off to a good start.
Oh, man. It's great, right?
So,
Productive.
episode 9, you know, I always want to talk about stuff that's relevant. I always try to give good information. I hate hearing myself talk. But if I have information or I feel like it should be discussed, then I guess I do a topic about it, or I do a video or podcast about it. So today, I want to go over traumatic experiences. How does that make you feel, Aaron?
Traumatic experiences? Hold on, like, define, like, so traumatic is in, like, it affects me emotionally, physically, like, what do you mean, though?
Both.
Oh,
so,
cool. So, like,
condescending motherfucker.
I'm not.
No, what were you saying?
Oh, last week? Most traumatic.
You know what? Let's start off with that traumatic experience.
Very traumatic.
Bodybuilding.
Oh, man. It fucks you up for the rest of your life.
Oh, my
Look at
God,
you
bro.
the same. If you're not lean enough, you're not good enough.
That's, yeah. I think
100%.
I think mentally I went through the hardest battle on stage.
Well,
that
now-
was the fucking hardest.
Now you won't look good unless you're that lean.
Yeah,
for the rest of your life.
I know. And I'm going to beat
I told him
Each time you get leaner, too, so it
Exactly.
levels up.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, look, man, this is your first competition. This is the best shape you've ever been in your life. So now you put on muscle being lean. Totally different ball game.
Yeah.
You lost weight. You were obese.
hella
No,
weight.
you weren't obese.
I was 240 to fucking...
240, which is hefty.
to fucking 207. 207.
What'd you weigh in at? Or did they let you step on the scale?
No.
But he weighed, what was it, after?
200?
I weighed after fucking 207.
208 or
Like
207,
207.
Which is,
Oh, water protocol.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was what were you, 215
The day
week before?
Oh, like the week, the week before I was 215. And like, I even think the morning before. I was fucking...
But man, that water protocol, it helped.
Yeah. A lot.
But
See, all that in the end, when you're about to step on stage, taking pictures of yourself in the hotel room and stuff, that does traumatize you because now, a week later from now, you're going to get a little thicker or whatnot, and you're going to look at yourself, and you're not going to be what you were.
I'm cool with that. I think I do have body dysmorphia a little bit, but
100%.
I fucking, like, it's only been a few days, dude. I'm up to like 220 right now. I'm good.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Man, all that
pretty
water.
good.
Yeah.
But just make
I soak
sure
that shit up pretty fast.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
you grow more after a show, too.
Yeah,
No, that's good.
100%.
That's good.
I just said 100% like 5 times.
Yeah.
100%.
No, but yeah, no, that shit was I don't know, man. Most stressful part about it was like the whole process of getting there, the fucking the working out, the fucking
the pumping up.
The pumping up, the fucking diet that day was trapped, dude. I had no protein really at all.
And I've said this to you, but of course things go out of the window when you're lean. Like you just forget. I told him to bring food.
Yeah, he did.
This dude didn't bring anything.
I showed up with like
I was like,
the
who
peanuts.
are you?
They gave us a fucking bag of like healthy fucking M&Ms.
Protein
It
M&Ms.
was like
I said, nigga,
M&Ms,
eat
bro.
that shit. You need something.
And then I went to McDonald's like right before. I was like late signing in and shit. Like whatever.
I did the same thing when I brought all my food except for carbs.
What?
And I'm like, hey, Mom, can you go get me some fucking rice cakes, please? I'm fucking dying.
Oh, no.
So she goes, yeah, son, and she hauls ass, meaning like 4 hours it took her to get back. So I missed like 2 meals. I'm fucking cramping up. My hands are fucked up. And
Bro,
she's like,
what?
let me get in the hot tub and take a pain relaxer. So I'm in the hot tub, and what does a pain relaxer do? Just fuck you up even more. I'm dehydrated, headache, almost died.
Yeah.
Started throwing couches around. Like, she got
yeah.
traumatized. I was like, I'm
yeah.
going to throw you out the fucking window. My sisters are like, what the fuck? We're in this big-ass suite. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I
Don't do
traumatized
trend,
my
kids.
sisters on that one. Yeah, trimmed up. No trend dick, just trimmed up. I was so fucking dehydrated, I didn't have one.
He makes my fucking experience with trends seem like nothing.
Oh, dude.
Bro, nothing.
And
Bro,
I'm sorry for women when a guy does trend for the first time. My first show. Oh my god, my ex girlfriend PJ, my first love. I was so mean. Like, I was very mean.
Yeah.
I didn't like call her names. I don't think I was just fucking a real dick, and it broke us
Dude,
up.
Vinny, it's one of my childhood friends. We used to work out together. There's 2 times Vinny, and still to this day, he'd be like, "Yeah, this nigga's crazy." But I got out of his car. We were at LVAC, and I closed the door. He's like, "Nigga, don't slam my door." I said, "Bro, I didn't slam your door." He's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, Xavier." And when I was aware of what I was doing, everything was intense.
Yeah.
If I grabbed my cup, set it down,
bro.
hold on.
I remember
The
you came
other
in my
time-
house. Yeah, you were in my house. He came in my house one time. I swear to God, this fucking random dude, he didn't even know. He just eyed him like all it took was a fucking.
Bro, he took out a knife.
He took a
bro.
knife, like-
just casually. I was like,
He was
"What the fuck do you have a knife for?" I said, "Give me the knife, bro. Like, run that shit until."
Oh my God,
Bro, dude,
this shit was
and
hilarious,
he was like
dog.
a crackhead, and I was like,
It was
"Bro, give me the
hilarious, bro.
shit until you fucking leave. Don't just pull a knife out in front of me. Like, are you
Like
trying
he's
to get
fucking
fucked
security
up?
for the house, bro. He was on.
But
like,
that's honestly, when I go out like,
He was-
to clubs and
he
shit,
was
bro,
fucking-
I'm like this in the corner. Like Ashley and Krista, I'm like this in the corner. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know.
he
That's
was
why I'm gonna be
bugged
security,
up.
bro, for
He
the Air
was-
Force.
He
I'm
was
meant to
fucking
do that
bugged
shit.
up in my house, though. That
Don't
was
take
probably-
trend, you might lose a job.
Yeah, true.
Almost.
But the
Almost,
other
yeah.
time, LVAC, I traumatized this little Asian kid. He was bench pressing in the squat rack, and it was my leg day. It was powerlifting protocol. And I looked at him, and Vinny's like, "Don't. Can you?"
You see the
like,
look in his eye? Memories.
Bro, I was so angry. I came up and I said, "Do you know what you're doing?" And the little kid was like, "What?" I said, "You are benching in the squat rack. What the fuck is wrong with you? Take the barbell, go." And I just went off, dude. And he literally just quiet, grabbed his shit, went in the corner, and Vinny's like, "You're going to hell." I was like, "I don't give a fuck." Like, I was just so mad, man. It's intense. And you don't.
Everything was taken. That's the only spot he could find for bench.
Right?
Trying to do his fucking workout.
Probably like, I don't want to fucking work out anymore.
Yeah, he probably left.
Canceled his membership. Right. Traumatized.
Horrible, but when you're aware of it, it doesn't happen anymore. Well, if you're aware of it and you can, I don't know, have emotional control, I think it's a myth, honestly, for the most part. You're either hungry or you're in pain. Like, really.
No, I think I was actually pissed off.
When?
The whole time?
Because you're hungry.
No, dude. Even when I was carbing up, I was good.
Actually, no, you're just
I
a
was
dick,
just an angry fucking person.
It fucks a lot of women up, to be honest. You know, that last week or
women
last
do
couple.
trend?
No, wait. Well, yes.
No, there's some people.
My ex-wife. Yeah.
Wow.
That was, yeah. Anyways, so dieting, food, and doing shows for a woman, a lot of them do like no carbs or one carb, you know, different diets or whatever.
Oh,
Different protocols,
I know
but
they'll
it messes
snap.
when they're done. Usually they'll go crazy and get super fat after because
The
they're
hormones,
catabolic
man.
damage and stuff like that because too much cardio and the diet, or they'll just be scared to eat.
Yeah, which is terrible.
It messes up their head.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
One of the worst things. And I always tell people, look, is food, like, are you fucking food? Like, do you have a relationship with food? Stop it. Like, food is fuel. You need it to survive. You need it to thrive. It is not like a, oh my God, food. Like, no, stop having a relationship with food. Know what it does.
Right.
And yes, there's the...
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
There's the enjoyment of good food. But because I'm a comfort eater. And as soon as I give into that, it's done. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm eating. I don't give a fuck. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's just bad. If it's, dude, Netflix,
So-
Westworld, Game of Thrones, I'll eat everything in sight. That's just me. But I know to not give into that.
So now that the show's over, right?
Yeah, fuck
I feel so comfortable saying this out loud
Yeah,
now.
whatever. I'm so mad at him.
Yeah. Huh. I don't even want to come out, but like, you know, I'm gonna do it anyway. So
Oh, you're gay?
no, not at all.
All right, go.
Traumatized.
So that Wednesday,
Wow, it just got dark.
when you told me that I had to wait to carb up, you know, I had
So
to wait until
this
Friday.
sounds like something
I
about
know
getting seventh
you
place.
carved up. I sensed it,
So
bitch.
you know what I had?
Seventh place. That's what you got.
What a dick.
Oh shit! That's why you got seventh place.
Wow. I mean, I can only be mad at him so much. But like, yeah, of course. Oh, of course.
That
At the end of the day, I
hurt my feelings.
At the end of the day, I fucking got 7th place. I don't give a shit. Like,
Hurts my
I want to know
feelings,
though.
oh, you know those real soft sugar cookies, dog?
Yeah.
Whole pack of them bitches, dog.
Well, there you go. That's why he lost.
I was holding. No, dude, fuck out of here. You said I could eat cookies the same day. Those are cookies.
Yeah, the same day.
Those are
But
cookies.
At that point,
I was not having dinner and shit. Like
At that
I was
point.
dying every day.
good. At that
No
point,
sugar.
Yes,
I thought I was diabetic.
probably,
Okay, well, thanks, doctor. Like I trusted you,
bro. I'm gonna fight him so bad. So when you are in peak week or peak day,
You gotta put him in a room, lock it, and throw his food at him.
Probably fucking should. To be
Yeah.
honest, that was
Yeah.
that
It's
was
last
hard.
week that's the hardest.
That
And
was
the
hard.
carbs is
The
what
last-
holds water, and you're taking water pills. It's just gonna keep holding water if you got some. It's a sponge.
This is before I started the water pills.
Wednesday,
I didn't start them on fucking.
you had to start them on Tuesday night.
Oh, well, he didn't. When did you give them to me?
Oh man,
When
good
did you
thing
give
I
'em
wasn't
to
a
me?
coach.
When did you give them to me?
Because he would have won.
Say it out loud.
what day? What day?
I'm gonna punk 2 black guys today.
Man,
My feelings are actually
so
hurt.
what? So
Wait, when did I see you?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
I thought you were gonna see him Tuesday night.
I did.
Did you give him to
And
him?
guess what he
Yes.
told me to do?
Take a quarter one
Quarter.
Tuesday night.
No,
Every-
no, you didn't.
What did I tell you then?
You said the
25
What do you
milligrams.
think I told you?
Tuesday.
What do you think
Wednesday
I told
morning.
you? What
he
did
said
Wednesday
the
night,
next fucking day.
Thursday,
I swear to God, he said the, next
day.
fucking day.
The next day.
He said the next morning start.
Well,
the next. Okay.
And that same night, that fucking Tuesday night that I went home, oh yeah.
so
hit
when
my
you
dirt,
go to my page
hit
and you
my
scroll
dick.
down to me and this guy named Buck on stage and it says when you're next to a prep coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, that. Hey, I was dry as fuck. Hey,
I'm kidding.
Hold on, is that him?
no, nigga, what? No, my name is not Buck, nigga, and I have hair.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh, that's bad. I shouldn't
Damn.
have said
Pumpkin Buck right
that. I got to cut that out. Buck, I'm sorry, bro. Shit.
Man, Buck nasty. He's pretty nasty.
Okay, fuck. We're
I
getting off
know.
topic.
Damn.
We're gonna have to redo this.
Fuck you.
Don't be mad at me, dog.
I'm so fucking mad at you, bro. Like
How you gonna be mad at
This
me?
isn't the bloopers.
this is yeah.
Should we just go on diets now?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
like now I'm fucking. Cool.
You know what?
Like I'm good. You know?
Yeah, of course you're good, bro.
good
There's
now.
glycogen in your fucking body. Like your body has water. Even the day of the show, yeah, you should have been good because you had man.
So you know what a little trick is when you eat carbs and you get below like 50 milligrams of carbs, and you start getting the headaches and the cravings and your body is addicted to it.
50 milligrams of carbs.
Yeah, see, I need more carbs. I'm only at 700 grams a day, but
50 million. You're
50
literally,
grams of
I
carbs.
was like, God, no.
measuring that shit out,
How do you fucking figure that out?
hydrolyzing
Like,
carbs.
So when you get past like it's like 50 grams, you
Yeah.
start really tripping.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. Don't do this at home. If you do Coke when you're low carbing, it tosses that. It actually there's studies.
What
on
about methamphetamine? No,
Whoa, deep. I know, right?
different, but cocaine will stop that
the
craving, yeah,
the craving, yeah, appetite suppressant.
and actually let your body go over into ketosis.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Doing coke?
I've heard a lot of competitors
Yes, when you
doing
start,
that shit.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good because it
Yeah,
keeps you
it
flat
is.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
Flat as fuck.
when you start 8 weeks out or whatnot to go carb cycle or whatever to start the process, so you don't have that.
Yeah.
People do coke. You don't have those migraines and all that.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
but I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
No,
you
don't
know,
do it.
like-
It's great. Not from experience, but what I've heard. What I've heard.
Well, it's kind of counter. You're supposed to be healthy doing a show.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
And when you're trying to deplete your glycogen,
Yeah.
you kind of got to go through that.
Yeah, and you're going to measures that are just unreasonable.
Yeah.
But some people bypass that by doing that.
Yeah.
You don't have you're high instead. You're giving your body that
Dopamine,
croving.
serotonin. Yeah.
That was
And
interesting.
carbs is kind of part of that.
Does that shit not work sometimes?
The leptin.
Or like-
Well, I mean, your body can get used to it.
no, I mean like yeah. Like
Once
can
you
like,
kick over to ketosis,
You feel great.
You're fine.
Yeah, when you're in true ketosis, that's how I know you weren't.
I know I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, probably okay. Yeah.
I know I wasn't.
No, I'm gonna be an asshole to you.
Go
from
for
here
it,
on
dude.
out.
Please, go ahead.
When
By all
you're
means, you're
truly
leading
in
anyway.
ketosis, bro, it's like a switch. Like your energy is just. It's a total switch because your body's using stored fat,
Yeah.
and your brain runs off of fats. So
I think I fell in ketosis maybe for like 3 days.
maybe like 3 hours.
You're a dick.
All right, so let's get into. You want to touch on diets real quick, but
That's normal. Man.
diets, be healthy. Okay, Tyler started off because
Here, I'll ask you guys a question about diets.
Yeah.
What is the best one for a human body on a normal person for hormones and to keep you balanced and at a good body fat to keep just a perfect human diet?
this is a trick question.
Fish and salad.
No.
Fish and salad.
I would say, okay.
From a golfer to actually a bodybuilder to my dad in a wheelchair, just actually diabetics also. What is the all-round best diet for a human?
I would say
No matter what blood type you are.
okay, yeah, because there's so many factors. There's occupation. There's
People have problems. Diabetics have
Yeah.
to take insulin, so you have to take it. It's like you got to take medications for different things.
I would say a balanced, having enough protein and not going off the RDA, which is like 90 grams of protein. But
Well, you don't have to worry about anything.
I would say balanced foods. So lower on the glycemic index of foods.
What type though?
Fish and
Would
salad.
be a carb cycle, high carb, low fat, high fat, low carb, high protein. Like,
I would.
where would you set someone? What type of
I would say higher protein.
Yeah.
throughout the whole day, evenly? Like, what type of diet? What'd you think? Go.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm going against everything that I believe in.
This is bro science.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah, actually.
Because it works for a lot of people and they accidentally do it a lot. Now,
Why?
They don't do it right, but longevity, autophagy, which is like cell detoxification, and also it works for a lot of people. They don't do it right. They accidentally do it because they're doing other shit. They have a job, but it's very manageable, but you have to get in like the amount of nutrients. So
what type of intermediate fasting? Where you fast for 12 hours, then
I would say
go
8. 8 and 16.
So a normal sleep
Yeah, exactly.
and wake up and eat evenly through the day.
But people don't even think about
I
that.
said fast for 8 hours.
8-hour eating window, 16-hour fast.
Oh, okay.
But the majority of your fasting is during sleep.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I mean, like, it's not what I fucking did. Like,
No.
No.
You did carb cycling.
not the whole time.
Not the whole time, but the majority of it.
Majority of it, I was on the
Change
carb.
stuff.
And then you
during
did
go.
you did low carb
Yeah.
towards the end. Higher fats, but not like
Not even crazy fats. It was more protein based.
Yeah,
Mine was like, dude, my protein,
your protein was like
intake
300,
harder.
350 milligrams.
Milligrams.
Wow, you just did that to me.
Milligrams.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's nighttime.
Now I'm interested.
So there's
Yeah,
so
so
many
like,
different
yeah,
types.
right.
There's the
So
keto
many.
diets, different ways to do it. 4 or 5 different ways that I would do a keto diet.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's carb cycling diets. There's the 3-2-1 diet that bikini prep girls use. That
Okay.
is amazing. There's
So there's high, medium, low.
high, medium, low,
Yeah.
high. There's 4 different types like that, or the 3 days low, 1 high. That's the
I
one
like
I
that
always
one,
use.
yes.
It's amazing.
Yes,
This is shit that I didn't
Then there's
know.
the high.
you did. Well, you were doing it, but
Okay, yeah, like
I didn't.
being informed about it.
yeah.
I had no fucking idea.
Usually
Yeah.
three days low, 1 high is good for a man. A woman would be 4 low, 1 high. And high
100%.
as in double your body weight in carbs.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I
then
wasn't doing any of that.
No, because you were overweight, bro. You were overweight.
Okay. All right, like just yeah,
Like
just gotta
now,
make it make sense.
now that
like,
but dude, how am I gonna just put that all on you
you
when
can't
you're?
because I'm fucking not stupid.
Well,
and
no.
I'll just take it.
No.
like, I
Hold
did
on.
all this entire thing. I just
Hold
you feel
on.
me, like-
giving information to someone when they're in a prep and their mind is just focused on the competition, I'm not going to try and educate you while you're on prep. The last thing that I want is for someone to try and teach me something while I'm low body fat or low carbs.
I feel
so
that.
that's my reasoning there.
I've never had a coach. I always studied myself.
I've never had a
so
coach.
I don't really know what that's like. But
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, fuckers.
Sorry. Bro.
No,
You
when
know,
someone
I'm
gives
over
you
the
diet,
coast,
no, we're helping you. You're going to be way ahead, way faster.
Asking
Trust
questions,
me.
because I always tell people, look, if you ask a question, if you ask your trainer a question, nutritionist, dietitian, which is those, anyways, and they can't answer it, fire them.
Yeah.
If they can't give you a scientific reason or
Right,
any
like
kind of
bullshit.
reason.
Me,
They,
I'm
give
a
you the
coach.
rundown.
I teach people as I
Exactly.
go. I'm not a trainer. Just point at things and you ask why, and I don't answer because they want to keep their job and keep money coming. And I'm a coach. I'm an investment in your life.
Because I want people to walk away and never have a trainer again. That should be the goal.
Yeah. And I hate secrets that people thought were secrets.
Yeah.
I learned by myself.
That's
but
huge.
When we're talking about carbs, there's other diets. There's other diets like high carb, high protein, low fat. You know.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways, but the best human diet, I believe, would be carb backloading.
That
100%.
That makes a lot of sense.
Your cholesterol is low in the
Yes.
morning. You're
Yeah.
not
Your
storing
hormones.
fat. When you do carbs in the morning with high cholesterol, because when you wake up in the morning, your cholesterol is the highest.
And your cortisol.
Yes.
Yeah.
And carbs and cholesterol and all that stored right as fat.
That's so.
Right in the morning. Higher it is, more fat that shit's going to go
That makes
to.
so much sense, man.
So when you pull the carbs out and through the day your cholesterol goes down and you're eating fats, you're still burning fat because you haven't thrown carbs in there, so your body hasn't switched over because at night
body goes catabolic.
Yeah, well, it switches over to fat burning usually.
Okay.
Matters what you had for dinner. Like
Exactly,
if I had a whole pizza, it's going to take longer for my body to switch over. But so carb backloading is the best diet for a human, and there's studies that crazy studies. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to actually do this, and the biggest one was before bed he would eat cherry pies to carb up.
Yeah,
he would do lower
What?
carb backloads, and
Yeah.
cherry pies they have an actual. It's not a hormone, but it's.
Damn.
I usually know this. It's basically it's not a hormone. It sets something off in your body where it opens up
Is
a
that the
gateway for carbs to be shuttled into your muscle faster, and your insulin goes higher.
Yeah. Is that the hormone that Flex Wheeler or Ronnie Coleman naturally has?
No.
Right? Or is that something else?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that, but I think I know what hormone you're talking about.
Man, I hate when I can't.
I know.
So Dr. Tony Huge actually makes Slim pills, and it has the same thing in it. I had a big talk
Wow,
about it. And he goes, "That's
really?
weird. That's the same thing I put in the." I'm like, "That's why you like that stuff." But that's how it's basically an insulin mimicker.
That's
Instead of doing
insane.
insulin, you take it. It makes you
Wow.
produce more insulin or shoot
crazy.
out, because a normal human being only puts out 80 IUs of insulin usually
Yeah.
in a day.
Is that the same product?
It's in other
Yeah,
products too.
excuse me.
I think it's in prunes also.
That
And
would
I'm
make
the prune
sense.
guy for carb backloading on the high days in the morning. I throw prunes in there. But the whole carb backloading thing I'm saying is in the mornings when you're doing fats and stuff, it's
Yeah.
helping your hormones, your
Yeah.
testosterone levels and stuff like that. You're burning fat. You're eating protein, so you're not burning branched chain amino acids or
You're not burning muscle.
Your muscle.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it makes sense.
you're putting amino acids into your bloodstream,
Yeah.
so you're not eating protein. Yeah,
Yeah.
your body's not eating it up. And then after you work out, you throw carbs in, carb backloading at
And
5
that's
o'clock at
the-
night. And you
the
have
best
3 meals of
utilization.
carbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your body trips out, insulin spike. It throws all of it into your muscle cells instead of your fat cells. You at that same time you're burning fat. And then before bed, you have another sugar. You don't.
It's a metabolic
you don't
spike,
eat-
basically.
Yeah, you don't eat slow carbs.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as a good and bad carb. It's all timing.
Exactly. And what drives me crazy is people are like, oh, brown rice. No, stop it. Brown rice is slow digesting,
that sucks.
so it
Right.
gives your body a more of an opportunity to store it as fat. Why not have something that digests very
Well,
quickly?
rule of thumb
What's a
of
fast one? Like, what's a fast carb?
White rice.
White rice.
White rice?
Yeah.
there's
So white
a lot.
potatoes, sweet potatoes are lower on the glycemic index, but white potatoes are more starchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it makes sense
Simple.
because my last prep, I fucked around with eating carbs later in the day and before bed.
Yeah.
And I would wake up fuller. And I don't know. I didn't burn fat. I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember. And
So the
at
whole
that
thing
time-
about having sugars before bed, or like you're saying, carb up, your
Yeah.
body's so sensitive probably. So
It's very sensitive.
White rice or whatever before bed would throw you into an insulin spike easier. About 21 grams of carbs will give you an insulin spike on any human being, girl, any size to guy. That's just how it works. Doesn't matter about your size. Your pancreas is the pancreas.
Exactly.
But anyways, doing sugars or a bunch of carbs before bed, you get an insulin spike.
Yeah.
So you're going off the charts, you're falling asleep, and then you have a crash. Well, when you crash, guess what happens? Your fucking HGH goes skyrocketing.
Yeah.
So you're healing. You got all this stuff in your bloodstream already.
So better recovery.
You drop and you got HGH in your system now.
Yeah.
Or growth hormone.
Yeah,
I
always
know.
thought.
So you heal, stay full, you wake up, you're fucking jacked. Whatever carbs you had are stored in your muscle bellies. So you got your glycogen storage. You go throughout the day, you're burning fat, you're still full, and you do it all over again. So the carbs you eat at night are for the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So when
your
people
hormones are
carb up,
perfect.
when people carb up and go like, oh, it's leg day, and they go the same day and eat IHOP, bro, you're not using those carbs. And I would always tell people this: stop carbing up right before a fucking workout. Carb up 2 days before or a day before, because your glycogen storage is going to be utilized later. You're not using it that day. Your body is digesting it.
Right.
Unless you're actually doing straight up insulin.
Insulin, yeah.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah.
But food is always timing. It makes sense. I just never really.
You're making your body insulin sensitive for
Yeah.
after you're done burning fat all day. You basically wake up, you have a cup of coffee with some fats in it. You don't even have a real first meal. Lunchtime, it's almost like fasting, but it's not. Fats break that. So it gives you a little energy. Fats are your energy source, basically. Then you eat lunch. That's your first meal. Then you basically eat 5 meals total. And you don't work out until 3 to 5. 5 o'clock, you eat your carbs. Last meal's at 11.
Makes sense.
Very simple.
There was so many stigmas. That's why I never.
And it has a lot to do, your body has a lot to do with the sun and moon rising.
True.
You know?
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah, so people that work at nighttime that have an off schedule, carb backloading isn't probably the best.
Yeah.
It does mess with you.
Wait, okay, that would make sense because I have insomnia. So my digestive tract is my clock. I guess digestive clock is way freaking different than. I never could, like, the way you eat. I could never eat the way you eat.
I eat
don't.
900. Like today, I'm at 800. My next meal will be 900.
I would be a
grams of carbs.
floating ball of flesh. Like I would be so
Well,
swollen.
I do
900 what?
grams of carbs.
A day?
You see what I'm saying?
No, no, don't.
I'll be eating 1,200.
Bro, I could fucking, yeah.
So if I didn't do
and not
insulin,
get fat. No,
if I didn't do insulin,
you
there's
don't.
no
you
way
don't train
I
hard
could
enough,
do
bro.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just kidding.
I'll
fucking
train
with
hard
you.
enough.
Teach you.
So-
I'll teach you my ways.
Exactly, right?
Like I said, I would go back. The reason I didn't have you do certain things is because you were overweight.
I was already overweight. Yeah.
You were overweight. I have to get you down to the best shape
Yeah,
of your
it's a
life,
totally different story.
and then morph into
Yeah.
something like him. It's a whole different process, dude. Your next show,
I know.
the whole diet is going
you
to be
have,
way different.
muscle mass now, so your body will intake that totally different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I first started at 135 pounds, there was no way in hell.
So,
I could-
yeah, 7 months.
I did
from
6
then.
meals of 8 ounces of meat. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
I did. That's
God
a lot.
damn.
You know, I was taught by a pro though.
Yeah.
His name was Gary Allen. I guess you would call him my first coach, but he wasn't. I worked for him and he brought me food. And he's like, "You're doing the show," and I'm like, "Okay, what do I
that's
do?" And he
dope.
goes, "Just eat my meals." He didn't like teach me about it. And then once I sat there was a protein couch, and so we called it protein lounge. And
Oh, that's dope.
Jay would come, like everybody would walk in and they'd be talking about their stuff. I was just the kid sitting there working at the place,
That's
getting
awesome.
free information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. But that's what coaches do. Like, Nick, here, do it. And if you don't do
yeah.
it, they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Went
I
through
told
my
you
first
to do
breakup.
this.
He was like, "Kid, you're doing a show." I was like, "You
That's
gotta teach me how to
awesome.
pose." He said, "You don't have muscle yet." I'm like,
Okay.
That's so true because you can't present what you don't have. You
Okay,
can't. Yeah.
well.
so it was 135 all the way up to 230 pounds in 9 months
damn.
to step on stage at 192 or something. So I gained. That's an insane gain.
Bro, that's lit.
That's a
But
pro
yeah.
saying eat this, and I wanted it bad.
Dude,
I wasn't good enough.
If you
Narcissistic personality disorder right here. I had it bad.
Yeah.
And that's trauma, like we were saying before this.
yeah. That's crazy. The backloading makes so much sense. There were so many stigmas with diets, and I don't know. I never really like dove into that, but it makes sense. The backloading. 100%.
I have some crazy pictures online with just a 3-day change of carb backloading.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same weight, but fat and sloppy-ish. No abs to small waist, full shoulders. It was a big difference.
That's crazy, man.
I'm gonna try to do.
And you could get women could get away with drinking a little bit off of it.
Yeah.
And still stay in shape. It doesn't stress their system as bad as men.
Well, and when you're constantly having an insulin spike, you become insulin resistant. When you're insulin resistant, you're fucked.
That's where I come in, and that's why I do 200 grams, and I take insulin, and then 200 grams of carbs before and after my workout with insulin. I can't do that without, or I'll
bloat.
I'm already diabetic.
Get fat.
You know.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I'd get fat. I'd be real sick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, let's get into. We talked about diets, man. This is what Tyler would do. Like, I don't know. Like, and the dude who told you to do your first show, you kind of saw
bad
him.
Dude.
Dude, that's how I look at you, bro.
I know, right?
He turned pro at like, I think he was 45. He started when he was 40. He was older. He was like a pro cyclist. His name's Gary Allen. The dude is sick. Short little guy, but he was just. It wasn't like he was short and like weird big muscle bellies.
Yeah.
He was short and. Like, he had a hard, I don't know how to explain it. He had a sick body. It wasn't just some short guy that was jacked and huge and wanted to be a bodybuilder. This dude was pretty.
He was like
muscle bellies.
What is it? Aesthetic or like
real
functional.
Tiny waist.
Yeah.
Like if you blow up his picture and put it next to like Arnold, it'd be the same type of body frame almost.
That's crazy.
But I can't say that. But it'd be that type.
Yeah.
Small waist.
I see what you're saying.
Not all bloated and.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, how you look at him is how I look at you 100%.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, Tyler's the go-to. Like, I will say, look, I don't know. Let me ask Tyler, or let me do research.
Every person that I've actually helped, usually is fucking for free, have turned pro.
Yeah, that's dope.
Or won their show and took overalls.
That's dope.
Like Jackie, Val.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Booth.
Yeah.
She's badass. I don't know if you guys know who she is.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's a figure pro. She don't do figure no more. That's one of my exes.
Oh, really?
She was bad. Her body, she's half black and I think Korean.
Wow. Ooh, that's a good mix.
She has
genetically, it's a good mix. Genetically.
Hey, Karina Booth.
Damn. Well, let's get into trauma. Because I'm traumatized. What the fuck?
Audio 9.
What the fuck were we just talking about?
We were talking about trauma.
Well, I don't know. I see it just way differently. That's why I don't want a boy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know what's going through your mind, and I'm gonna fight you. Like, it's fucked up, but I just know how guys think, and nah. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But having a girl, of course, it's like a protective. It's my princess. But I just know how guys think. When I was single, or when I'd rather talk to someone. I get so much more enjoyment out of just connecting and talking to someone. Dude, I would be with Ashley and Krista and Kavika, my raver group. I would be at like XS or something, and I would like lock eyes with somebody, and I'd be like, come, like, let's talk. Come here, let's talk.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess flirting. I guess you could see it as flirting, but I'd be like, yo, let's just connect on a whole nother level. And cool. And I was friends with them ever since then. So
yeah, you're better dude than
sex
me.
is. I don't know. Sex is a very. What is it? It's special. I can't think of the word, but.
I feel that when you don't understand that shit though, you just want to bust
Yeah,
it out,
I
bro.
had no idea.
Just want to fucking
Me,
just want to get it over with.
I didn't lose my virginity
aggravation and
until-
shit. Like everything comes the fuck out on a one night stand. Like, yeah, fuck out of my house.
Aaron's an asshole. I'm just kidding. It's just a
called
different
a
mindset.
one night stand.
Yeah,
in the
it's just
first,
a different
she
mindset.
thinks the same way as she's holding those heels, walking the fuck away. Like, yeah.
Mine was a little
Good
fucked
job.
up because I was a virgin until my senior year. And I was like, I didn't know what a 69 was, all this crazy shit. I was always racing BMX, or I'm grounded for like losing, or racing motocross. I'd lose. My dad would ground me. So,
God damn.
like yell at me or make me train harder. Like I was never good enough, blah, blah, blah. So I was always like thinking about motocross, BMX. And then 18, I was hanging out with friends. And nighttime comes around. There was a girl that was in the group that was like a guy. Didn't even look at her like that. Next thing you know, she's riding me. It's dark. And I lost my virginity.
So
there was no love meaning into it. So the next day I woke up, I'm like, holy shit. My mom taught me how I always should respect a girl, blah, blah, blah. So I always respected women too much, where I didn't even look at them because I didn't even know what.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I wake up, I'm like, holy shit. I could bang this girl. I could bang this girl. And you guess what I did? I went fucking target hunting.
Oh shit!
It was horrible. Instead of having a girlfriend and falling in love,
But that's
it was totally different.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
I tried that shit at first, falling in love at like way too early. By the way, freshman year, dog. Like best looking girl I've ever been with, Europeans. Anyways.
Wait, I think you told me. Yeah.
Oh, dude, she
was
fucking gorgeous. I still regret that shit to this very day.
Yeah, you told me about it.
But then again, at the same time, like, yeah, once I did what I did, bro, it's the same night, homecoming. At least three. At least three. I didn't even tell her about. I told her about one of them, and she got mad.
I can't shake my head.
And then years, bro.
SMH.
Well, now the type of guy I'm like.
Yeah, right.
But back then,
bad dude, fucking
doing drive-bys.
She was my after she opened the fucking pathway. I was like, okay, cool. White women, let's do this.
You said drive-bys. I can't get over that.
No, one time I drove by and stopped.
two.
The truck's in the fucking middle of the street. I'm renting the house. The fucking door's locked. The girl's in the bed or whatever. Tyler's naked. Dad's knocking on the fucking door. What the fuck's in there? And her little brother's in the room kicking the door and shit. It was fucking crazy. I jumped out the window, got back in my truck. It was insane. So dumb, yeah.
I popped out of a few windows in my
guys.
time for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
second
second-story
scary.
houses, but no.
Yeah, I did that one time. Yeah. I went out the window, fucking jumped. It was this 2-story house. Fucking, I fucked my shit up. But
it's bad when the alarm goes off. It's bad.
I was kicked out at that point. I lost my virginity and was kicked out.
How old were you?
15.
That's young.
It was very young.
Yeah.
My sisters are still virgins, except for I think one. I don't even know to be honest, but they're.
Go ahead. Sorry.
They're behind when it comes to that.
Oh. Well,
what were you gonna say?
Maybe that's
what
a
do you
good.
mean?
Maybe
I was the bad one.
Maybe that's a fucking.
Went crazy. They didn't.
Yeah. Maybe that's a good thing though. Honestly.
What being
Need more women to wait.
Yeah. I value yourself.
Well,
and
that's
especially
that's
guys. Like
they hold a power. They get impregnated and they have fucking life. They can give life.
Yeah, it's a whole different.
Can't.
Yeah.
So that being said, if you wait till you're fucking 30, like.
Yeah,
I mean, more power to you.
There's a lot of philosophical
people do that shit way too long in their life though. If they're 50 years old, banging a whole bunch of girls while they have kids and a side family.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Fucking stupid. That's
fucked
so
up.
dumb.
It goes back to ignorance is true. Ignorance is true
It's
evil.
But you call me bro. I don't know what
we're gonna go into the future. Aaron's gonna be like 60 years old, just fucking
all trend up, bro. All fucking trend up.
Fucking
oh man.
You jive turkey, motherfucker.
I'm gonna be on it.
But honestly, when it's a sacred, that's the word I was thinking. It's sex. I look at sex as a very sacred thing, and you connect. Definitely. Honestly, hormonal chemistry, actual chemicals. Like there's oxytocin is the love drug. So we're talking about like brain chemistry that literally binds us in real life.
You have that meaningful sex, don't you?
Oh,
you stare in their eyes and like
tender love.
Get the fuck out of here.
But
I'm just trying to.
I don't like why. For me, why not have make love?
You know
why not?
You know what's messed up is when us or your guys are still. How old are you?
24.
26, man.
Oh, what the fuck am I doing on here?
Right.
So when I was in my 20s, I did not look at stuff the same. When I hit 30, life changed big time.
Yeah.
I went from talking to chicks, married, having weird fucking whatever. I had a crazy marriage, and it taught me a lot. And then I met my ex, and I didn't talk to one girl the whole time.
Yeah.
I was loyal as fuck. She was off doing her own thing. I accepted it. She came back many times. Was not okay. I didn't look at it properly. And then this next girl that I just dated, same thing. My world changed at 30 for some reason. I don't know if there's something about that. I haven't looked that up. When you change, what age or whatever, but yeah, you go from wanting a bunch of chicks in your 20s to you don't want that no more. But some guys don't get that. Maybe it's just a maturity thing. I don't know.
I think it's a maturity thing, to be
but
honest.
he doesn't do that.
It's my fucking I have family that are still childish, above their 30s.
It's all about
I wonder if it has to do with trauma. If you're traumatized and you have something up where you have to smash and dash,
or if you weren't ever properly taught. Well, I mean that is trauma, right? That is fucking trauma.
Escapism. And
well, you want to be accepted. You're banging. You get your acceptance. You run on to the next.
Power.
And then the next. And if you have a main girl, it's not her fault.
So then, what are you talking?
I'm just saying.
I got hundreds of them.
Fuck you.
I want to experiment.
Don't give it to him.
What, Viagra?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Trimadol.
Don't give me
Trimadex.
I don't want that.
He wants the pee-pee shot.
No.
You know,
So basically, when you take like Molly,
this
fine.
shit's recording.
No, that's-
okay.
yeah, that's
so when you take Molly and stuff,
yeah, right. I know.
or Coke
The
or whatever, you
diverse-
can't get hard on. You take
diverse
Trimix,
effects.
you got a big boner for 4 hours, and you could do whatever you want if there's a bunch of people.
What about the blue pill though? Like that?
That don't help.
It don't do shit.
No, I take that. I get a migraine.
Cialis, Viagra. Dude, it's vasodilation. That's all. Like, what is
What?
it? Viagra was a side effect.
Scientist?
Like it was a side effect. That was not the purpose of the fucking drug. It was
Cialis is
Cialis was after Viagra. It's better formulated.
Viagra is for sinuses, so it inflames your sinuses and your downstairs.
It's literally
the same as the sinus system.
It's a side effect, and they're like, "Fuck, we can make money."
Okay, so
So when you take a Viagra and you get all this head pressure and your nose is clogged and shit,
I've never done it. That's what I'm asking.
that's why, because it's
All right, enough about dicks and Viagra. God damn
no
it.
dick shots either.
I mean,
dick
no,
shots, that's just crazy to me. Well, trauma. So you were saying maturity has to do with trauma, right?
Yes.
How would you explain that? Elaborate a little bit.
Fixing trauma?
No. The reason why you're mature is because of trauma.
Yes. I probably wanted to fix myself, which, I do a lot of studying and,
I see
and
what you're
stuff. I
saying.
was never, when I was a kid, I was never good enough.
Yeah.
So I was always, like in my 20s or whatever, with all the girls and stuff like that, and the marriage thing and stuff like that. Basically, I was searching for acceptance because I guess I didn't get that. I was never good enough. And then, so that was trauma until I started learning about how narcissistic personality disorder type things I had. And it turned over to being, me learning and switching things to being more mature when I hit 30, I guess, to stop being like that.
Where do you
It clicked.
Where did the sense of I'm not enough come from?
Oh, my childhood when I raced BMX, not winning, racing, I'd win actually, not go through a corner right. I'd go up to the gate again to start another race or a practice. This would just be a practice day. And I'd get yelled at for not going over a roller perfect or going through a berm pedaling enough.
Perfection was expected.
Or the gate start wasn't right. Or when I raced motocross, I didn't fucking come out of the corner on the gas right, little things. I didn't scrub hard enough. I whatever.
Yeah.
I'd win, still in trouble.
Yeah.
I would fall being last and catch up all the way to first place and still get yelled at. So that's Tyler's not good enough.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, I did have a childhood, but it was always like about racing or you could only go out for this certain amount of time. So once I was old enough to do that, I was gone. I was out of the house.
Yeah.
So then it rolled
What
in.
age did you leave?
I came home until I was like 18 or whatnot, but I would go out until 1 a.m, come sleep, leave for school.
Oh, I see.
stay at my buddy Zach's house. There was like a step family. They helped me race motocross.
So that you left home at 18. Well,
I was on my own basically at 13. Had my first job.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dad's paralyzed. My sisters,
Oh,
they're around.
that's
My
right.
mom worked all the time.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
That'll definitely.
And then not being good enough for racing, going to school, all black school, getting jumped,
Yeah.
all that stupid shit. And then
So-
in the 20s, getting crazy, I got stabbed and shot and stuff. There's a lot in there.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Yeah. Well, with trauma in childhood, I don't know why I just got nervous. Holy crap. Anyways, the not being good enough. If you could go back,
The way I was
would
raised
you
was
change?
perfectly fine, except for the whole, my dad's paralyzed.
Yeah.
And maybe he was trying to live through me. So maybe he wasn't that mean. Maybe I took it wrong because he's my father figure. Who
Yeah.
knows? If I recorded it back and watched, it could be different than what I've seen.
Of course.
Maybe I was a little a sensitive kid. I have no idea.
I was.
I didn't cry. I didn't.
But you
I was
just
always
took
happy.
stuff. You took stuff to heart.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
If you could go back, would you change it?
No,
Why?
because I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Bam. So
Hell no.
before I get into the sides, I want to hear from you. So trauma, childhood trauma specifically. What did you experience with that you're comfortable sharing, and how did it correlate with your life now, being an adult?
I think one of the big ones was losing my dad at a certain age.
Mike.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good.
Yeah, my bad. I'm just like over here like digressing about it. Yeah, I lost my dad at like a really young age, and I didn't really know him like that. I just have fond memories. But you always hear stories about it, and like even how I lost him wasn't even brought up until like way later. So I didn't. I don't know. I didn't like really know a lot about my family until it was just way later, because my family's just gang related, all type of just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like my mom wanted us to have a better life, so she just kept that away from us. But like losing him was like one thing, and then not knowing how I lost him was another thing. So then I didn't have a male figure in my life for like the longest time. So like I didn't know how to
Be a man.
yeah, like whatever that means at a young age. So I was pretty feminized by my mom. Like
Yeah.
she kept me pretty close. Like me having one eye, obviously, like she just kept me sheltered. So I mean, like, and even that, like my
So a
fucking
disability as well.
Oh, yeah.
Had traumatic.
definitely that shit, dude. That plays like the biggest part in why I'm probably like a selective mute with people, or I don't talk a whole bunch, or I'm fucking shy. Like I don't have, for one, I didn't have a fucking man to like really grow me up and tell me how to even have a personality, or even fucking like show me how to be a stand-up
Yeah, you
guy,
learned
or like
yourself.
anything. Like yeah, it was dude. It took
Self-taught.
it took such a long time. It was like fucking high school. I started to actually like open up to people,
Yeah.
and I didn't really understand that shit. I just yeah. But then yeah, like dude, so like even trying to understand this shit and
Your
like why
paradigm
I'm
was,
different.
Brought up your 3 to 9 was all basically by women. You were taught. How old were you when your dad died?
I think I was like 2 or 3, something like that. Yeah.
God damn.
It was like 2 or 3, and then I got my stepdad came around at like when I was 6, 7.
Interesting.
But even then, he was a fuck. Like I love my dad, dude. I love my stepdad. I'm sorry, but like fucking dude yelling all the time. Like he was still adjusting from his life. He had just went through all this stuff that he was going through, and he's building a business, so he's like always stressed out all the time and shit. So like him yelling, fucking being a dad the way he was, or him being a businessman and then incorporating that into the family, like that was just a whole nother that was a whole nother side of fucking sheltered, didn't want to talk to anybody, fucking don't know how to be a man myself, don't even know how to fucking talk to my own parents. Like it just and even to this very day, bro, like I said, it took me into like high school to really stop being a selective mute and like start being more extroverted and start talking to people and fucking having a personality. And it really didn't kick in until like college. That's when you gotta, like, you're on your own, you gotta fucking talk to people. Like, you gotta go get a job, you gotta do all this extra shit. So like college, that's just what it helped. Like, don't get me wrong.
It was you were pushed into it and it was like you had no choice. You do have a choice. You always have a choice.
Well, yeah,
to
but that was
either
the route that I
remain how you were, or you chose to grow from it. You chose to
pretty much
be your own man and learn from either deficiency of not having a father or a father figure, so you compensated for the deficiency.
What do you see? What happened from that? Do you have abandonment issues or anything like that? We shouldn't say issues.
I mean, no, I probably do, to be honest with you. I don't realize
do you
how
always
much.
exit out of a relationship before it ends, or do something before something could happen to you?
Of course. Even with there was one point in my life where I like told my mom to fuck off. Like, it got to that point where I was like, dude, I don't trust you. I don't love you. I don't this. I don't that. Like,
I understand 100.
It was like one of those things. Like, okay, well, what do you want from me? Like, I don't fuck.
My dad is like a brother.
Yeah.
Can't say that because he's my dad, but he is. He'll call me and be like, "What's up, Holmes?"
Hey, that's dope.
like,
That's fucking cool as shit.
Nigga just called me a Build-A-Bear.
You're a fucking grown ass Build-A-Bear,
Shut
bro.
the fuck
Like,
up. Anyways,
I'm ready for him to say "shucks." Jump up, fucking.
fuck you guys. So we were let's go back to the serious because we were in a state of flow that was very fantastic.
my bad, dog.
Daddy issues.
Talking about that, fuck. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't. I'm scared. Not scared. I don't want to say this on the podcast, but fuck it. Honestly, last year. So I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, very strict, very sheltered, very one-dimensional. As in, you're gonna live your life this way. God is gonna kill you if you don't. Okay.
Yep.
So
I was in that too.
it's a fucked up way to be raised, even though it taught me a lot of things that are important. But
It's the best way to learn the Bible. Out of any religion,
too.
if you want to learn the Bible, be a witness.
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
But
Dude, yeah.
The elders and stuff like that are a little much
It
for
gets
me.
a little, but I don't want to come off as an apostate.
It's a Christian church. They just study the Bible. And
They study the Bible way more than other religions, honestly.
Yeah, they study
Even
the
though
Bible.
I'll probably get fucking backlash for that. But
I ain't saying nothing bad. It's true. It's the best type of Christian church to really go to. I don't know.
say
You don't call it a church,
I
but
didn't say that. Kingdom Hall. I didn't
Kingdom
say that.
Hall, yeah.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Kingdom Hall, that's what it's
If you want to learn the Bible,
Kingdom
just
Hall,
do that.
The congregation, yeah. But I was raised that way, which I don't regret, and I'll get into that later. But excuse me, if you're a Christian, you're expected to have certain standards and treat other people as such. So treat people as you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Last year, I still don't know why this happened, but I was getting ready for work. My dad flips out. Long story short, all of this is fucking fake. And I had to get a tooth on this side pulled. He hit me with a golf club. It's a long story short. I'm not going into the details. Hit me with a golf club, across my face, threatened to pull a gun, called me a worthless nigger. Did that fuck me up? Was I crying? No, not at all. I was actually trying to be analytical about the situation and ask myself, and I tried to get into the position to ask him, why was that justified? Why did you feel like what did I do wrong? And why did you feel like you had to say that? And why do you feel like you can say that?
Yeah.
My dad's Caucasian. My mom is black. I have black history, so all the black people who say I'm not black, okay, fuck you. So, anyways.
Yeah, you're black.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You see it a little bit.
My anger issues 100% come from my father. It's
So you see those traits from him.
100%.
And you see your mother's traits too.
The analytical, the logical, the smart side of me, honestly.
So your father is racist, but not because he was. Your dad might have been in that generation where they teach to be racist, but he wasn't because he obviously
his mom was. I mean, his mom literally called him a nigger lover.
Oh yeah, that generation is bad.
Fucked up.
Damn.
bad.
When you're white, it follows down, it trickles down,
And it's literally
trickles down.
embedded within the brains of the.
So your father
the
has
children.
that inside of him. You're taught. I have a friend. I don't know why we're getting off this way. If you want me to keep going,
No, it's fine. I don't
So I have a good friend, Russ. I train with him and stuff, and he's like Russian and something else.
Oh,
and
wow.
instead of being racist, he's not I shouldn't say racist. Instead of being prejudice or whatever, his father was not against, but would say jokes about shorter people because he was tall and girls like tall, pretty guys.
Yeah.
That's what they say. But
It's fucked up.
But I understand he was raised when he was small. If his dad wasn't around and he raised, he probably wouldn't know any difference about
exactly.
short or tall or think the way he does. But his dad taught him stuff like that. Well, white people, they're taught to be racist, basically on blacks.
Yeah. Blacks, I mean,
and there's Asians. They'll say little things about Asians, like
minorities in general.
It's cold outside. I think I need a jap. It's stupid jokes like that. Like they're
terrible.
jokes, but
It's terrible.
when you're driving, white people are worse usually. Because I'm around white people, I'm white. So you're driving, you cut someone off or you get cut off. You're gonna call them by their their race,
ethnicity.
And I think that's probably in every.
Oh, it's in everyone.
It is.
Yeah.
But what bad can you really call a white person? A cracker?
No. You know what? I actually
redneck is
There's
an
nothing
actual.
that has ever hurt me until I went to Hawaii.
Cracker is yeah.
They don't hurt me.
No, it shouldn't.
What? Howley?
like-
It's actually a
Are
compliment.
you
to be
saying?
honest with
Are you
you
referring to
Halle
Halle
boy.
Yeah, Halle's
Yeah.
Oh
fucked up.
man,
No,
I
crack,
get
yeah.
so heated. So I
what?
understand. Well, I already went to a black school, and I was like if a black guy went to
Hey,
a white
white
school,
boy. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have nothing to call me. White?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm white.
Sour cream looking at.
So what they
I'm
call
white.
you?
I'll just play.
White? No, just white boy.
Oh.
They didn't say cracker. But yeah, right on. Call me cracker, like you fucking idiot.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
but I go to Hawaii and they're like, oh, white people that aren't from the land or
They're
from
Howleys.
the mainland, you're a Howley boy. And it's funny. At first
Howleys,
it's funny,
bro.
but then
Yeah.
they start pointing at you instead of saying the N word.
Oh,
You
this
know,
fucking Halle over
they're
here.
saying Howley. Look at this Howley. Get out of here, Howley. Or
Yeah, their prejudice is fuck.
they
over
use
there.
it both ways. I shouldn't say all of them, but
Damn.
when you're here in my land where I've been born and raised, and I'm native basically. Don't call me a Howley. No.
Yeah, no.
I go over there. That's cool. Whatever.
It's a fucked up term.
Because I'm not calling them names.
Because
But seriously, it's trickled down generation to
Yeah.
generation when
It's
it comes
embedded.
to blacks and whites, and it's really fucked up. And that's what's
100%.
holding the racism.
that's what's holding our political
So your dad,
system
what I'm
back.
saying, he's not racist. He's
No,
with
I
a
know for
black
a fact.
woman, but it's embedded in him,
Yeah.
his parents saying the N word. And
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And being around that.
you don't even know why you don't. You know how
Yeah,
bad
probably
it
it's
sucks
like
to walk in.
impulsive, right?
You're walking into a room full of black people, and you're a white guy, and you hate people because you don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't even know because of their skin color. Like you're just taught that. Next thing you know, you're hating yourself because
it's a
You don't
choice.
like. Yeah,
It's a choice
I
at a
don't know how to
certain point.
explain
I was
it.
gonna
because
say, like,
you
now-
question it and you're like,
nowadays.
why don't I
It's
like
bad
this
with
person?
some people.
It's terrifyingly bad. And it's so subtle now.
Dude, with like
so subtle.
Well, now it's kind of turning the opposite way. Because you know, it sounds
yes.
dumb.
Like no,
No,
for
no,
real.
dead ass.
Bro.
Black lives matter. You can't say white lives matter, which would be
You can't say
as
any
fuck.
other life matters. If you
Asian-
say all life
they're coming-
matters, they're like, fuck you,
Yeah,
man.
right.
What? Homo sapiens matter? I can't say that.
But what are they? Since this whole Asian stuff's going on, what are they going to say then? Because
yeah.
Asian lives matter. But honestly, at the end of the day,
why does it have to be like that?
humans matter. It's like, stop it. We're all humans. Of course, we have to.
That won't end until we're one race.
Yeah, we're still warring with ourselves. no
One, well,
matter
one
what.
race or just unified in some way. I don't know when that happens, but yeah, back to. So I know my dad's not racist, and I that's why I'm analytical about it more than emotional. But I was watching Remember the Titans, and I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah,
movie.
good movie.
With with
Don't I got fucking Denzel Washington?
Denzel
Yeah,
Washington.
Denzel.
And it's based on the true story. High school football, like races, like segregation, and I saw I forgot what scene it was. Anyways, it was Bertier, which was the white quarterback, and then he plays in he plays in a lot.
I know.
Empire. He plays in Empire. Anyway, so that character, who's the black character, when they got over their racism and like they looked at each other as brothers, I started crying and that memory came up because I was like, "Fuck, man! Like that's my own dad." And like, come on now.
yeah.
And now I'm just like, why, bro? Like I'm not even angry, but why?
Well, when it happened, it didn't click like that. Now it's turning into trauma.
I fucked him up.
Oh, you beat his ass?
I'm not gonna say that, but I defended myself and.
Well, you're a grown ass man now.
I fucked him up, and don't pull my hair. Anyways, the point of it is, it's such a fucked up thing, but at the same time, through stress, through traumatic experiences, something blossoms at the end of it. And I'll go back to psilocybin. Ooh, mushrooms. I'll go back to like death in general. Death is just the beginning, some people believe, because Einstein said, his best friend died. He sent a letter to the girlfriend or the wife, and he said, look, he's still here. We just can't see him. And his philosophy, he didn't say this to her, but if you looked at the universe at the right perspective, you could see everything. So he's like, he's just over the hill. He's here with us. He's just over the hill. Death is just the beginning. Through traumatic experiences, we become better people. Psilocybin, the reason I brought it up is it blossoms from death, from decaying, from the shit.
Cow shit.
Is exactly from the shit. And like alligators, they're the longest living. I don't know if they're the longest living, but these niggas have been around because they like decaying shit. Like I just love alligators. They're fascinating. But the point is, through death, through traumatic experiences, blossoms growth. So it's a choice at some point, though. Like, are you going to choose which trauma is a choice?
Well, you start seeing
Yeah,
stuff
you
like you're
must
saying.
let it
You
get to
see
stuff.
your dad's faults and stuff like that, and you can
And you
start
wanna
seeing
become better.
yourself.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
as your mom.
Yeah.
And that happened with me too.
Yeah, and it's making us introspective, but at the same time, like the neuroscience of trauma, and yeah, I'll get into that a little bit right now. But the way it works is childhood. The reason why it's such an important part of life is our brains are just mush, like sponges, ready to absorb information. Neuroplasticity. Excuse me. That means like to form. I think you said.
Yeah.
So neuroplasticity is just open room for your brain to retain information. But like the amygdala is responsible for the flight or fight. But there's one thing that a lot of people, and especially in neuroscience, they don't consider is the freezing. There's fight and flight, but there's freezing as well. So through the fight and flight, that part of the brain, so there's three different types of stress. There is manageable stress. There is I forgot the first one, which is the least amount of stress, and then there's toxic.
Yep.
When you have toxic stress constantly over and over, your body is in a survival mode to fucking survive. So
Yeah, you
if
put
you're
out different hormones and everything.
Yeah.
norepinephrine, cortisol, all of that. So if that is secreting every
You
every
act
day.
different.
You act
You
different.
don't talk.
Right.
It sets it's a whole nother motherboard
it
brain.
changes
Yeah.
your physiological
It makes
way of living.
yeah. I think your body attacks like your frontal lobe more.
The frontal cortex,
Yeah.
which is the thinking part of the brain. So that shuts down.
I was about
Yeah,
to say
it shuts- it goes
It
off
shuts
too,
down.
right? Like,
And so over time, the amygdala, it is so used to the stress component that an example is if a bear is coming at you, it's going to raise norepinephrine, it's going to raise cortisol because you need to get the fuck out of there. So it literally lowers pain. So you can feel pain, but it's not going to be as apparent as if you were chilling and someone like pokes you with something. You're fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If you were like, someone pokes you, you're going to be like, I need to go. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to feel it because we need to survive. That's some fucking evolutionary embedded way of survival.
Yeah,
that
survival mode.
is 100% happening way too much now. And a
It
lot.
has to do with food and all that. It could change
Oh yeah.
a lot
Well,
of
that's
stuff
the fix.
and medications that people take
It's
at
the
too high
fix.
of a dose.
Yep, exactly. But also,
Feelings go numb.
Yep. I feel like it should be measured within science because you have adverse childhood experiences. So you can, it's called ACEs. You can get a score. You can get an ACEs score.
Yeah.
So people who are like number 4 compared to a 0, if you're number 4 on ACEs, you're gonna have different issues, different embedded issues. There's children that are diagnosed as ADHD, but at the same time, when you go a little bit deeper, there's some traumatic childhood experiences that are making them react behavioral issues. So ACEs is a great way to determine, okay, where am I on the level of how my childhood determined what adult I'm gonna be. So adverse childhood experiences is very like cut edge science when they found this out. It was in the 1990s, and yes, I'm looking at my notes. In the 1990s, the CDC and like Kiefer, I forgot the name of it, but they found out that childhood traumatic childhood experiences are literally the cause of suicide, depression, eating disorder. Like all of this shit is leading back to childhood trauma. And it's like COVID. It's like the epidemic back then,
Yeah.
but it's still happening. Like it still happens. Why is this being overlooked? Because it happens to all of us. And the studies, the ACEs studies, literally was done. 70% of them were Caucasian. So it's like, okay, these people are, I guess you could say, well off, and are still having the issues.
Yeah.
You can have inner city people or minorities having the same shit, but okay, they're going through it. That's fine.
It has to do with genetic code too, like
That too, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, twins in the family.
Yes, yeah.
like just a bunch of stuff. It's genetics,
Yeah, a lot of factors.
and then different things trigger them sooner in life
So
too.
triggers is a whole nother thing. And
5, 6, 7, 8.
this is a choreography piece. I was about to dance. Fuck. So go ahead, Tyler. Just lead it off, man. I hate hearing my voice sometimes.
So trauma-wise, figuring out why certain ways you act and stuff for me is I always wanted to be better since I was raised, my mom, she was a badass person, worked hard as fuck, made all this money, was always gone, come home, we'd all eat dinner at the table. That lasted till I was 12. During that time, I was always around my dad racing, so I was raised like a man. My grandpa came around. He was more like the father, the dude. He's the badass motherfucker.
That's awesome.
I never really had to be spanked. The dude grabbed me and held me upside down or something, and I pissed my pants. He didn't even have to hit me.
Yeah.
I was good.
Just that fucking
Tyler was a good boy.
power.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
good.
like, fuck. Grandpa got me. Badass motor worker, welder, The
Damn.
dude was a
Man.
He was a man, and he had the
Hands are just
the
tethered
world's
and
fastest
fucking
time
aged.
at one point on Harleys down the
What?
quarter mile. Like he built badass fucking fast quarter mile.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And my dad, he built all his bikes. He was always hauling ass.
Labor, like fucking.
He's just a badass mechanic. He rode, and
He's
he was a
hands-on
man.
dude, bro.
Hands
He's
on,
fucking
yeah.
hands-on.
It's hardcore.
That's just
Not
different, bro.
lazy.
That's a dying breed right there, dude.
Had badass drag boats and stuff. But anyways,
Wow.
he was the man. My dad was the man too, and he taught me things. But my mom always tried to make him be the bad person or this and that, So we would pick her side. And then down the road, when you're 18, you always find out what's what.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you know what
realize,
your parents are.
Yeah, you realize why your parents did what they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have some of their flaws.
Hmm.
Well,
A lot.
after a while, my mom started doing meth, which I think she was doing it the whole time that I was probably, since she had me, she was, I think that's how she did so much, she was such a badass. But,
Oh, I see.
she was always
Very
on the go, but
productive.
she wasn't a fucking crackhead. She was taking it.
Fucking
and-
doing shit, getting shit done. Yeah,
same
I
as
feel
my
it.
my friend, one of my best friend's dad did that too, and we all found out it was kind of weird. Now they're crackheads on the streets, basically.
Fuck.
I don't know where my mom's at. Haven't talked to her for a while, but
Wow.
she was not doing good. She left my dad, 3 days at a time, come home and stuff. Like it was
Wow.
just
Lost herself.
that's what drugs do.
Yeah.
Yep. And basically, I seen all that stuff, and I seen what she was doing. Super narcissistic person, and usually narcissistic people like that are the best at business wise.
Dude, they're geniuses.
They're
dude.
amazing business wise.
Like bipolar, schizophrenic. If they know
And-
if they know how to fucking use that, bro,
yeah,
they're
there's
genius.
4 different types of narcissistic people.
Yeah.
And she was the craziest type. I forget what it's called. But anyways, she knows how to manipulate hardcore.
Yeah.
I can do it too, or I could. Now I'm rusty at it. I don't do it. It's not the right thing. Gaslighting,
takes
all this
energy.
stuff. You're pointing your finger to make yourself look good at others. Everybody thinks you're the shit. And the actual good person is looking bad.
Yeah. And the reality of it,
It's hard to explain.
It fades.
But I seen that my mom was cheating on my dad and
shit.
stuff, and with probably a bunch of people. And I found out some stuff, and I'm not gonna say that because some people in my family don't need to know that.
Yeah.
But I seen that, and I have traits that she was doing, and I was like,
fly, what the
that's
hell?
why I
Okay.
fucking do that. That's why I think this
Oh,
way
I
about
see, I
stuff.
see.
Genetics. And then my dad's loyal, never cheated, like straight up a good fucking dude.
Yeah.
He got married, wanted to be with her for the rest of her life.
Wow.
And once I seen that, now I'm more like my dad. I fix that stuff. So you can fix that stuff in your life. But from 3 to 9, when your paragram or whatever's set.
The development is
Your
potent.
movements and like how my dad talks. I talk like him. Facial movements, my mom's movements, all that stuff. I have, but after that, I've been able to fix all the little stuff. So I was treated good as a kid. I was very lucky. I was like PG-13, everything. I didn't know about sex and all that until later on. So basically, like Mormon raised almost. She's actually Mormon.
Crazy.
Oh, she is?
That's crazy.
Jewish and Mormon.
Oh, wow.
Jewish side
That's an interesting mix.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Definitely didn't save her money. Fucking broke.
Gotta throw that out there.
Didn't save money.
That's fucking good.
The other side of the family got a lot of money though.
That's fucking good, bro.
But
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how I think it's awareness. I think it's awareness of who you are, and it's hard.
You can't
to
reverse
undo
stuff.
it. You can't.
Yeah,
it's so hard though.
you gotta
Like,
want to. All you do
exactly.
is when you're a narcissistic person and you figure it out and like empathy. Me when 9/11 happened, dude. When 9/11 happened and I was like in 6th grade or whatever, I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, why is everybody so fucking upset? Who cares? Like, I'm walking away. And that's fucked up. I
But
didn't have empathy. I
ignorance.
didn't even know. And then when the shooting happened not too long ago, I had a little bit because there was some people there, but I was like, there's a shooting. Like, what am I supposed to
callous.
do about it? Like,
Kinda,
I went to the gym the
callous.
next day. People were talking about making a big deal. I didn't make as big of a deal out of it.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, dude, there's something fucking up.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Something wrong with me.
Disassociative.
Nah.
You know?
There's a study that a lot of males
So, yeah.
are disassociative, like they can be
Just say, fuck
contracted killers with the CIA or some shit,
Well-
and come home and fucking
And be cool.
I was able to do that.
fuck, and come home and be like, "Hey guys, let's have dinner." Like disassociation.
Yes, 100%.
And
It
that's
goes
some
with
people are genetically predisposed to that. Yeah.
Well, my dad's definitely not like that. My mom's not like that. So
possible.
I had to do something when I was a little younger.
It's probably like the genesis of it was probably like them two.
Maybe high school.
Yeah.
Me always
Yeah.
being picked on, no one caring maybe, and it
Yeah.
made me not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when you start noticing things that you have to change and you actually start doing the opposite of what you're doing,
Yeah.
then you change. You have to make it a habit. And
Exactly.
then now,
Habitual.
like, dude, I was such a good liar. Now
Yeah,
I fucking
I feel
suck.
it.
I'm like,
Because you have to remember, and you have to be hyper aware of. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, not
I,
just like
I
that.
have this
How many
intention
lies,
of misleading
fucking-
you,
Yeah.
and I don't want to mislead anyone.
Yeah, but they were so good where someone would call me and I'd just be able to just right off
Just-
the top
yeah,
of my fucking
exactly.
head while I'm getting off an exit on Trop, I'm saying I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it was a good story.
Yeah.
My wife's next to me and she's like, holy shit, like you just lied and it was
Yeah.
like
Like
I'm like,
nothing. Yeah.
that right there made it click in my head.
I think it's different.
And then you start
priorities.
Yes. I was bad.
Different
I could get away with anything.
Yeah. Your priorities change, and then are you going to change? If not, then that's
Well,
where the
losing a
friction
kid in
happens.
a marriage, I love that kid. I raised him.
Okay.
That was a big it's
Trauma.
just yeah, I had a lot of trauma, and I
More
had
trauma.
I had a lot of fixing to do.
Yeah.
And what sucks now is if I have a girl like my last girlfriend and the girlfriend before that, I didn't cheat on them.
Yeah.
And it's the best feeling well, it's not a good feeling to leave any relationship because you love them, but when it's over and you're standing there, you're like, I didn't fucking cheat. Like
Yeah. Yeah. When you know
I didn't
you
talk
did,
to any
when
girls
you know
like
you
that.
had true intention and you did
oh
the
my
right
gosh,
thing.
say,
Yeah.
I could stand
Maybe I'm
here
too
and-
young.
That's
for that
virtue.
shit.
That's virtue,
I'm
man.
too young
That's
for that
virtuous.
shit.
It's
I'm gonna go
virtuous.
through some stuff. Maybe it'll happen to you.
Even though if I
Oh,
believe
you're
it,
gonna go through some shit.
I know
nigga.
I'm going. Trust me, you're not the only one to tell me that. I can't wait. I'm ready for this fucking roller coaster of
Yeah,
emotions.
just like
I
2
can't
weeks
wait.
ago when we did our last podcast, that week was crazy. I'm trying to do businesses, 3 different businesses. I'm here. Next thing you know, I'm not texting back because I'm so damn busy. Plus, I'm on Adderall, so I'm all over the place. I'm not comfortable with texting. I didn't know where I was at. Next thing you know, I'm cheating. Being told that I'm cheating. It's
Oh
very,
yeah, right. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not like
It happens to all of us.
it's fucking
And,
ridiculous, man.
I think. Excuse me.
it's
I-
upsetting because then you tell them the truth, then
Yeah,
you're just fucking busy. You weren't actually cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's their trauma
But-
that they have to recognize.
Yeah, it's probably on that part,
And
but
then being empathetic, you don't react. To
it all
the
rolls on, it
accusations.
seems. Everybody has some type of trauma from something.
Yeah, and once we all realize that, then we
Yeah.
can actually treat other people differently. Not better, but differently. Because I think DMX said this. fuck, how he said it was so beautiful.
They
honestly.
started posting this shit the other day on Instagram. About
He said, trust. Oh man, he said trust everyone because trust that they're going to be themselves.
Trust
and
that,
then, and then trust. Man, he said it. Trust how you treat them or something like that.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you trust that person's going to be themselves and they act stupid, then you're not disappointed because anger is a secondary emotion. You feel something else, disappointment, sadness, and then anger ignites. Yeah. But you feel something different before anger, and I know that because I'm used to be so fucking angry. But yeah, trust everyone to be themselves, but at the same time have awareness and empathy when you are trying to
That's
handle
a hard one
someone.
to gain.
What, empathy?
Yeah. Yes.
Because you have to start realizing you have to
realize one, don't say shit when maybe sometimes you just shouldn't say something.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is like that.
You know,
Mine's physical stuff though.
Okay.
You do something to somebody and not.
Goddamn.
But it's not like that now. It's not like that now, but I had to have things happen to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I started bettering myself, not doing certain things because I always had to be the first one to do it if I thought it was going to happen or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, that's not the right way to be.
Yeah.
So then I was being a good dude,
Yeah.
and I started getting cheated on or things would happen. People would say they're following my diet, but then go to another coach, instead of.
I think karma comes into play.
Well, that does too.
Because all of us have fucking karma. That's why I don't. This nigga tried to litter the other day. I said, nigga, I don't want that karma debt.
Oh yeah,
Fuck you
and
mean,
no,
bro?
and then do it, and then the craziest
I said, pick that shit up.
Craziest shit. There's a fucking trash can right behind me, bro.
You leave that
craziest
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
So now my fucking car is like full of trash for no reason, just because he fucked me up. But but you're not wrong. I mean,
I did jinx it, but no, I don't
You're
know.
not-
This
you're
is,
not wrong.
that's where I'm a little superstitious, and that's why I don't try to do anything malicious because, bro, I don't want to. It says karma right now. Like, oh my God. I don't want that. I don't, and I feel like I'm at the end of my karma debt.
Well, you know what? I don't think karma will keep going until you accept it. Like you're like, okay, I'm done. Like. For me, it kept happening. Like bad shit kept happening, and I'm like, you know what? This is karma. Like, I'm done paying this. Like, I'm not. That's not me. I'm not doing that.
So
that was real.
Buddhism. No,
There's a different way to say that.
Jainism. It's called the most peaceful religion on earth. It teaches you that you have control of your karma because it's all cells.
Yeah.
It's all fucking like floating energy. And so if you give out bad energy, then of course you're more attracted to the bad energy. But
what you did,
you can
you're-
choose.
You're guilty of what you did when you're
Exactly. But that's all in the brain.
Yeah,
That's all in your perception.
That's emotional depiction, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
you can fucking tell yourself it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. But at the same time, you can be at peace with who you are and all energy is deflected.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
you
why
have
now I can
nothing
talk
inner.
about anything and not care.
Bam.
Is that empathy though? Myself? Maybe
I
because
think
I only
it's-
do stuff for everybody else. And not
Yeah,
myself.
exactly. Yeah, selfless.
Yeah,
being selfless. I mean, when you're traumatized, you're like, I don't want anyone else to feel this way. So I'm not gonna treat anyone.
That's what I was saying to him. He's gonna. It's not like he's a bad person or doing bad
No.
things.
Oh,
but
no,
I don't
I got a
know
lot of
his
growing up to
story.
do, dude.
Not at
But
all.
the
Still
things that
child.
you're doing that aren't right that you might end up doing, when it starts to happen to you, when you're trying to fix yourself,
You're
then
like,
you
"Fuck,
realize that's how I changed empathy, I believe.
Yeah.
Because it started happening to me, and then you really feel it because it's you.
Yeah,
I feel that.
yeah. That's happened to
The
me.
little flip flop.
I got 4 more years to fuck up, so I'm good. Dude, 20 is like,
He's going off 30.
shit.
Next thing you're 41, going, what the fuck happened to 30?
Oh no, I'm good. No, I'll be fine.
kidding.
4 more years. I'm already getting fucking.
But yeah,
tired of the way I
trauma
live
can
right
be
now, so.
fixed. A lot of it has to do with shrooms, though. That shit will fix you.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You don't need
so,
to talk to no one.
Bam.
Yeah.
Let's,
Fight your own fear.
Let's go into that. So it allows you to be introspective and think about your own shit, right?
Yeah.
So IE is this. It's a way that psychiatrists, psychologists in neuroscience and psychology in general. This is a way of dealing with trauma. It's called IE, which is interoceptive exposure. So bringing on the traumatic experience or feelings, because anxiety only happens when we think like, okay, someone says something or someone does something. We in our brain think, fuck, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get sad, it's something. But that is false. That is faux, fake in French. We create that So if someone does, if I go like this, and that noise triggers something, fuck, is because it's triggering something in my past. It's not anything about what's happening. It's not about the can I just set down. It's about the fucking chemistry that is happening based on an auditory stimuli. So a stimulation of sound triggers the amygdala, fight, flight, or freeze. So when we are actually aware of that, we can choose the opposite of traumatic experiences changing us. We can choose to be traumatized, but by shit that's actually traumatizing, not shit that is something that is a trigger when it's false. Stop feeling the way stop reacting emotionally just because this shit happened to you. Just like, get the fuck up. Everyone has been through shit.
Yeah.
But so IE, and shrooms is, I guess, a way of doing IE, but there's a couple of things that they do. And this is holding of the breath, hyperventilation, straw breathing, so breathing through a straw, and tongue depressor. Now that one is kind of weird if you're into that. But with the holding your breath.
What?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. With the holding your breath, it brings on chest pain, pressure, tightness, breathlessness, smothering, numbness or tingling in extremities, dizziness. Like, all of these bring on kind of the same shit, but there's a score of intensity of sensations. And the highest one was the straw breathing. So claustrophobia.
Right.
Where does claustrophobia come from? It's a creation of your own fucking perception of you thinking that someone is squeezing you, or someone is too close to you,
or being in a small space.
or a small space.
Yeah, no, like,
What do you think of that?
yeah, like, what if you were actually in a fucking tight,
Like a drainage
like
hole?
literally
Yeah.
put in that
Like,
spot?
They
Yeah.
put under freeways.
Like,
Some
let's-
of them are small.
Yeah, dude,
let's
they're
say-
fucking. We
Call
used
through
to
that.
we used to climb through those damn things as kids, bro. No, dead like we used to. There's tunnels. There's tunnels over by where I live and shit,
Yeah.
dude.
People
Dumb.
live in
We're
them
fucking
where I'm
dumb.
at.
We're dumb as shit for this. There's spiders and shit crawling around, dude. The fucking. I swear to God, like maybe a fucking foot and a half, maybe 2 feet.
Goddamn.
You gotta crawl through this. Like, you gotta crawl through this bitch, bro. Like, yeah.
Shit.
No, it's
Yeah, fuck that.
I was lit. No, it was the best part because then the other side it started to open up and you can go to the store.
He's
Yeah.
so weird. Nigga, you're weird. But
I'm
I
weird.
couldn't fit through there now.
Oh no. Oh,
no, this nigga be like, what's happening?
Nah, we'll just
Somebody give me a protein shake.
We'll tell you to actually get in the car and go around like a normal fucking human being. Look at us climbing in holes and shit.
But I mean, that's how they use torture. It's a fucking psychological fucking like experimentation of what's gonna work. Let me put you in a fucking like a cage that's yay big. You can't even stand up. You're like, okay, my freedom is gone.
Yeah.
So now I need to tell the truth, or I need to give out these secrets in order for me to fucking just stand up.
Sounds like money.
I was gonna say.
Yep.
That's deep,
Sounds
goddamn.
like money.
But yeah, claustrophobia is a big example of just the creation of our perception becomes reality. So the reality part of it is the anxiety, and i.e., so breath holding, hyperventilation. It's a way of facing your trauma, facing the actual reaction chemically, and accepting it. Accepting that, okay, I'm not gonna die. There's no actual end to this. It's just something that's temporary that I'm feeling. So we have to realize that our brains are doing this for a reason, and it's because we need to survive. But traumatic experiences as a child impacts us so much because when we're children, we look up to people. When we're children, we don't know better. So
Oh man, talk about trauma. The whole Michael Jackson thing, how he tricked the kids, kind of.
Hold on, what?
you didn't fucking hear about this?
Okay, it's just
Little Mike?
I know, yeah, right.
Put another plan.
Yeah, so
That's
I know, dude,
Michael
R.I.P. to
Jackson.
Mike.
I know. Go
Michael
ahead.
Jackson kind of tricked little kids into loving him. You know, and-
Macaulay Culkin.
We gotta
Yeah.
love, we gotta love Michael though. So.
But
Yeah.
now it's
He beat it.
later in their lives. They're
That's a
traumatized real
terrible
bad.
joke.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
know that-
fucking terrible joke.
You know they have to be fucked up. Those kids are like,
Dude, have you seen Macaulay Culkin? He looks,
Yeah, ruined him.
bro, like that's
He had a good
terrible.
childhood, I guess, but
But the childhood stars, man. Look at
they
all
didn't know
of them.
better. You
Yeah.
know?
Childhood stars are, dude, all of them. Amanda Bynes. Have you seen Amanda
Bro,
Bynes,
she's
bro?
fucked.
She got
Lindsay-
a face
bro.
tattoo. Lindsay
Lindsay
Lohan
Lohan is
fucked.
bent.
Freaky Friday,
Oh,
amazing
she was
movie.
badass when we were kids.
Yeah,
Badass
right.
as
And then all of a
fuck.
sudden she
Dude,
became a drug addict
Parent
and
Trap?
shit, and she fucking
But it's the expectation.
no,
It's the expectation that you have to live up to.
No, there was more than
Of course there's more than that. There's
But
more
she
than that.
fucking yeah.
There's
More
more.
like
a lot-
lesbian
a lot
and
of-
stuff too, and then
Shit, if
Isn't
I
that
was
weird?
Lindsay Lohan, I'd be gay. Shit. I'm just kidding.
if I was a girl, I'd be gay.
Dude, if I was
Like,
a girl,
why
I'd be,
wouldn't you?
Bro,
Yeah.
I'd be fucking. I'd
Guys
be,
are fucking ugly and fat.
yeah,
all
I'd be
messed
like,
up.
who are you? Nigga,
Oh,
get
you're gonna be one of those weirdos like going to transgenderism and shit. You're gonna fucking
No, I'd be
gonna
one
date-
now.
Okay, Aaron. Okay, Aaron. What'd you say?
transgender, then I'd be one now. I'm talking about girl.
No, if you were a girl, I'm saying you probably instead of a dude, you
no,
fucking
I'd be pretty as hell.
Okay,
He'd manifest that beauty, bro. I'm beautiful.
he'd be big as shit.
What, in his second life, Tyler's still buff? Why does he have to be buff, bro?
I'll be
He's
a buff
bu-
hot chick.
Yeah, he's buff right now.
That's
Why not?
prejudice. That's racist, bro.
I would have a huge ass.
You guys are fucked up. I love you guys. This is amazing. Is there anything anyone else wants to add?
Do shrooms, kids.
Do shrooms. Don't do shrooms.
Definitely. Talk about your
Actually-
fucking emotional problems too.
You
Everybody
know,
takes
don't
shrooms,
go to
I
a.
don't take 'em.
I don't believe going in counseling. I believe getting a group of
I
friends.
believe in going to the right counselor.
I believe going into your group of friends that are the right friends and talking about your issues.
Yeah,
with a bunch of
100%.
shrooms. With a bunch of shrooms.
Well, okay.
I don't know
It has to be
what
done.
just happened.
I don't know either.
Trauma to girls to Lindsay Lohan.
Dude, we were talking
Lindsay
about
Lohan.
fucking dick injections. at some
Yeah.
point.
For some reason, he brought up dick injections and then dieting.
That's not on this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on there.
Yes.
Oh, it's on there.
Talking about dick injections.
He got excited. Well, episode 9, this shit is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. The Experience Podcast, episode 9. I made an Instagram, Consciousness Expanded. It has neuroscience information on there, also philosophical information. Socrates is my nigga. Lost art of fucking seeing the world. Lost. It's just lost. Fucking lost. So Consciousness Expanded is my other Instagram. It's in the description below. Like, subscribe, and share. I hate saying that, but please share, because if you benefit at all from this information, or you're just like, man, this is some real shit, share it, like it, subscribe.
Don't whisper.
So I had
don't fucking
to seduce him, bro.
Don't fucking whisper this shit. Okay, Michael.
Oh God, don't. All right, thank you guys for
Yeah.
tuning in. Episode 9 of the Experience Podcast.
Maybe
Aaron,
put a topic underneath or something so we could talk about and I could study. So it actually is like.
I know, like
Cool on my part.
instead of a fucking like 8
yeah,
hour
well,
window.
Aaron got 7th place.
We'll
so.
talk about.
You're a bitch.
Let's talk about steroids next time. That's
Dude,
easy.
steroids.
Should we?
yeah,
And
do
what it does to your mind. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it fucks you up. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, well,
I actually don't know
yeah.
that. I don't know from experience.
I
Episode
don't-
9,
yeah,
guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later, and bye.